Look, stop treating air guns like range toys. Seriously. That mindset is a liability. The power wars are over, and the new game is surgical precision. I saw rigs at SHOT Show 2026 that make your standard hunting rifle look like a musket. We are talking electro-pneumatic triggers and chassis systems that lock in sub-MOA groups at distance. Most people ignore this sector, and they are missing out on the most lethal silent tools on the market. I filtered through the garbage to find the 5 that actually run. Starting us off at rank 5, we have the crossover king, the Barra 300Z. Listen, for years, training with an air gun meant picking up something that felt like a toy. The Barra 300Z changes that dynamic entirely by cloning the AR-15 platform. This is not just about looks, it features the same grip angle, safety selector placement, and length of pull as your standard patrol rifle, allowing you to transfer your muscle memory directly from your powder burner to your air gun. Under the hood, this thing is a beast. It feeds on 30 caliber slugs and generates 75 foot-pounds of energy. That is enough terminal performance to ethically neutralize predators like coyotes or small hogs. It utilizes an externally adjustable regulator, which is critical. This mechanism allows you to tune the air pressure from the reservoir into the plenum. You can crank it up for hunting energy or dial it down for backyard practice to save air. But here is the deal breaker, the trigger. Because it mimics a mil-spec AR, the break feels gritty, almost like dragging a cinder block across asphalt. It is heavy and utilitarian, lacking the glass rod snap of a precision bench rifle. It gets the job done for tactical drills, but do not expect to win a bench rest competition with it. This is a solid tool for the truck, but wait until you see the absolute monster sitting at number 1. Next up at number 4, we have the rig that is currently causing a panic attack for the premium manufacturers. This is the Umarex Zelos. Listen, I know the elitists are going to hate this pick, but sound off below if you honestly think you need to spend $3,000 to shoot straight. This platform is the Toyota Hilux of the airgun world, delivering rugged performance for under $600. The genius here is the engineering geometry. It utilizes a bullpup configuration, which locates the action behind the trigger group. This allows Umarex to fit a massive 26-inch barrel into a rifle that is only 36 inches long overall. Why does that matter? It creates a massive dwell time for the air. That long barrel gives the expanding gas more time to push the projectile before it leaves the muzzle, allowing you to achieve 1,100 feet per second without overstressing the system. It also features an externally adjustable regulator that you can tune from 1,000 to 2,000 psi. This lets you dial it down for backyard plinking or crank it up to push heavy slugs for hunting. But here is the deal breaker, the acoustic signature. Because it is a bullpup, the breech and the hammer mechanism are literally right next to your ear when you fire. When you pull that trigger, you get a mechanical ping that rings through your skull bone. It is not loud to the target, but for the shooter, it can get annoying after a long session. Entering the elite tier at number 3, we have a platform that is more computer than rifle. This is the Daystate Alpha Wolf Carbon and the Black Wolf Zero. Now, we are stepping away from traditional mechanics and moving into the digital age. Most shooters are used to springs and hammers, but Daystate has replaced the heart of the rifle with a gun control unit and a solenoid valve system. This is not a gimmick. It features a closed-loop ballistic system with a chronograph built directly into the barrel shroud. Here is how it works. Inside the barrel, a sensor reads the velocity of every single projectile as it flies out. If a shot is 10 feet per second slow, the onboard computer instantly calculates the error and increases the solenoid dwell time, the duration the valve stays open for the very next shot. This creates a self-correcting loop that maintains velocity consistency better than any human tuner ever could. But here is the deal breaker. It has no soul. Because the trigger is an electronic micro switch, you lose that tactile mechanical break that shooters love. It feels like clicking a computer mouse rather than snapping a glass rod. Plus, if your battery dies in the field, you're holding a $3,000 club. This technology is impressive, but wait until you see the mechanical perfection sitting at number 1. Closer to the crown at number 2, we have the platform that just shocked the entire industry by going back to basics. This is the Skout Airguns Semi. Look, I will be the first to admit when the intel changes. We originally thought this was another electronic range toy, but Skout pulled a fast one. This rig is 100% mechanical. They listened to the hunters who were terrified of battery failure in the freezing cold, and they stripped out the circuit boards, the solenoids, and the wires. Here is the deal. By deleting the electronics, they have slashed the price to $1,400, making this the most accessible high-performance semi-auto on the market. It runs on a gas-operated system that cycles the action without the need for a microchip. This means if you drop it in a creek or leave it in a frozen truck overnight, it is still going to send lead downrange when you pull the trigger. It feeds from a high-capacity magazine and promises the kind of rapid-fire reliability that usually costs twice as much. But here is the deal breaker: the trigger feel. Because they moved from an electronic switch to a mechanical sear, you lose that mouse click perfection. A mechanical semi-auto trigger always has more creep and a heavier pull weight because it has to physically reset the action. It is going to feel mushier than its electronic big brother, and for precision snipers, that might be a problem. This is a workhorse, but wait until you see the absolute king of versatility sitting at number 1. Here is the undeniable king of the hill at number 1. This is the FX Impact M4. Look, this rifle has been the gold standard for a decade, but the M4 takes it to a level of refinement that is frankly insulting to the competition. FX Airguns didn't reinvent the wheel, they just made it perfectly round. The biggest upgrade here is the new rigid top plate. Why does a piece of metal matter? On previous models, the chassis had a tiny amount of flex when firing heavy slugs at high pressure, which caused the point of impact to shift slightly. This new plate acts like a spinal column, stiffening the entire action to eliminate that flex, and ensuring that the barrel harmonic is the only variable you have to worry about. It also features the new quick-set trigger unit. For the first time, you can switch from a hair trigger match brake to a heavier hunting brake with a single external screw without taking the gun apart. But here is the deal breaker: the tuning trap. This rifle gives you control over the regulator, the valve, the hammer spring, and the caliber. It is so adjustable that many shooters actually tune the rifle out of whack and ruin its performance. It demands that you know exactly what you are doing. If you just start turning knobs without a plan, you will turn a precision instrument into a frustrating puzzle. The results from SHOT Show 2026 are clear. The power wars are officially over. We are no longer chasing raw foot-pounds. We are chasing interface and consistency. Whether you choose the rugged utility of the Umarex Zelos or the computer-controlled perfection of the Skout and Daystate, the hardware has never been better. Stop buying garbage range toys and invest in a platform that respects your aim. Train hard, stay safe, and I will see you downrange.